Speaking in front of a large group of people in person can be nerve-wracking. About 77% of the general population, in fact, have a fear of public speaking, also known as glossophobia, in case you didn't know that. And although remarkably common, it can be conquered. And so this morning, award-winning actor, writer, and producer Andrew Musselman is joining us to share his secrets to overcoming the fear of public speaking and how to deliver your message with impact. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Thanks so much for having me.
I am keenly aware of how I'm speaking this morning because I'm speaking with you. First of all, where does this fear of public speaking come from in people?
Listen, I think it's a really natural fear because, it goes back to when we were cave people. We want to be accepted by the group. We want to make sure that we're not shunned. So when you're in front of a group of people, it's natural to worry about how you're going to be judged. It's natural to not want to be rejected by them. So I think it's a very natural fear that people have.
And once we can assure people that this is very normal and natural and it doesn't make you abnormal, what would be your first step to overcoming that fear?
I would say, first thing is to recognize that there is hope and also to not beat yourself up over it. I mean, you said that stat that 77% of people are afraid of this. So it's a very common thing. But also, I come at this work from the approach of being a professional actor. Mm-hmm. And so I think speaking is a physical skill. It's something that we can all learn and practice and develop. So, you can hire a coach like me, you mm-hmm. can read books on the subject, you can watch YouTube videos. I think, that idea, that recognition that you can overcome this is a huge first step.
For people who might be more naturally shy or perhaps more introverted, what's the key to success in being able to speak publicly?
I think, there's three techniques that I really would like to talk about, which is breathing, body language, and energy. And, breathing is huge. When we get nervous in front of people, we go into a kind of fight, flight, or freeze. Mm-hmm. So our muscles tense up. And because of the body-mindset connection, that muscle tension will manifest as emotional tension. It'll just make us feel more stressed. So if you're breathing, you're going to oxidize your muscles, you're going to reduce that tension, and just feel more empowered.
Can I ask you to demonstrate something that you do to help relax people's breathing?
Yeah.
Can we do it together?
Yeah, absolutely,
okay, great.
Yeah. I would say the first thing is you've got to focus down here into your tummy.
Okay.
So often what happens when we get nervous, we breathe into our upper chest,
okay.
which just kind of reinforces the fear. So if you put your hands on your tummy here,
okay.
and if you just take a deep breath in through your mouth, and just, feel the abdomen expand on the inhale,
yeah.
and rise on the exhale. So you want to think, it's almost like an accordion or like
okay.
a bellows. You think of your whole abdomen and rib cage expanding as you breathe in.
Okay, after you breathe, then what?
Well, then I would say the next thing that's important is to think of your body language.
Okay.
Body language is so important to how we're perceived. So you want to think of what your body is saying. If you're slouched over, you look apathetic. If your arms are crossed, you look
closed.
Defensive and closed off, exactly. So you want to think of having an upright posture and using expansive gestures. Not only is that going to make you look more open and approachable, but it's also a confident posture. So it's going to make you feel more positive and empowered.
I'm going to ask you about gestures because people always say, what do I do with my hands? It's the most common thing. What do I do with my hands? Do you have some go-to moves that if somebody can't think of what might be natural?
So I would say when I talk about expansive gestures, exposing this part of your body, your torso and your core is key. Anytime you cross that up, that's when you look defensive.
Okay.
So a great sort of tip, it's a bit of an old school tip, but some people advocate the prism, mm-hmm. because if you have that fear of, what am I supposed to do with these hands? Mm-hmm. This gives you kind of like a home base.
Right.
So you can kind of never have to worry about what I do with my hands. They just live here, and then from there you can make a gesture or two, let that gesture kind of breathe and live for a bit, and then you come right back to your home base.
Amazing. Andrew, this is so fascinating. I'd love to know more tips. I have to do this gesture because it's time for us to go. Great to have you here, and we hope to have you back soon.
Thank you so much.